the previous video, a man has decided sadly to suicide. In this video, we are going to attempt to understand whether this decision to suicide resulted from his own free will or it was predetermined. The problem of free will has occupied the minds of men at least since antiquity. Traditionally, the question concerns if we are free or not. Since the 17th century, the problem has been formulated as whether there can be any free will if determinism is true. Determinism can be defined as the hypothesis that everything that happens is caused by pure states in the world. The fundamental point here is that everything that happens is taken to be sufficiently determined by pure states. Hence, there could never have been any real alternatives to what actually happened. Till now, we are not at the present stage of science able to give a definite answer. To summarize the most common types of answers to the question of free will, we can distinguish between three main types of answers. Determinism is the first type, as we mentioned earlier. The second is compatibilism, and it defines freedom as the power to act according to one's will, not being constrained by external or internal pressure to a degree that makes the action compelling. On the other hand, libertarianism, which is the third type, demands that the will is said to be undetermined, but can of course be random, since if an act was the result of chance, it wasn't under the agent's control any more than if it were determined. It must therefore be caused by the agent, but nothing must cause the agent to produce this will instead of another one.
To conclude, from our perspective, we consider determinism as the way that our lives, decisions, and choices are based on. For our case of the man who suicided, Dolbach believes that while this man could escape the external constraints in several opportunities, he was not able to escape them as he was still controlled by the internal constraints. Both internal and external constraints are caused by the physical laws of the universe. But the question remains, is suicide a moral action or not? In the determinist perspective, as all of our actions are controlled by the physical laws, so it's not immoral for someone to suicide.